Welcome back, people. Here again in the bay. Another crack at the snapper today. Targeting pannies today. Just something pan size to eat. So I'm loaded up with first bait. Running rig. Keep us out of that foul shit, hopefully. And yeah, bit of pulley on there. Send her out and see what happens. I'm going to fish the other side today. I think it's going to be a bit less foul. Oh, instant bites. That's a good sign. Haven't even tightened up. Put the bait runner on today. Bit of calm braid on there. Shit, fucking chipping out of shit. A bit later in the day today because I had to go and do a few things this morning. I'd say we're going to be feeding them a lot of bait today, but that's right, as long as you get some hookups. Bought a bit more bait to allow for that. A little ray just going past. Oh, two of them. Doubly. Both about the same age, just little babies. Probably siblings, to be honest. There'll be no night fish tonight because I'm going to have to run the truck, charge up my power station, keep my freezer running. Another little ray. Heaps of baby rays this year. I'd say he's got my bait. Till he comes off pretty quick, even tying it. One thing I've noticed here, the wasps are terrible. They've got bloody wasp traps everywhere. They're everywhere. Yep, instant. Instant aggression. Incoming tide. I've got a bull sinker, so we're going to have a bit of slack line all the time. But that's not a bad thing. We're about 2 hours off high at the moment. Another baby ray. Nice to all come in there to drop their pups. Oh yep, we've got a bit of tension on it. Hopefully it's something decent. And another baby ray. What the hell? I've never seen so many babies. And another one. What? This is just unreal. These are everywhere. They're all the same size, all about I don't know, a couple of pounds. Yeah, a couple of kilos if you're lucky. I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't because I've got polarised glasses on. I wonder if the polarised will work. No, not really. Unless it's the same ones just doing circles. Could be. I've seen about at least a dozen. But they've been pretty quick succession, so I doubt it'd be the same ones. What is going on? I say you got my bait again. Literally stripped me as soon as I cast that time, I think. No, still a bit. Alright, we'll put a bit more on there anyway. That's weird. I wonder why it went quiet all of a sudden. There might be something big out there. I also brought me kingfish rod down just in case we see a bust up again. I've got it with me at least. And I've got my sabiki rod there, so if we start to run low on bait, we can get a bit of fresh stuff. Tell you what, that's the greasiest pulley I've ever bloody used. It's like they poured a bloody half a litre of oil in the packet. Pickers. Oh, now we're getting some wind. Coming straight out of the bay. That might not be ideal for the bait runner. I have to tighten the drag on it. Still getting some nibbles. Hopefully I'm out deep enough to keep away from the rays out that side too. It is a bit deeper than that reefy shit I was hitting on the other side. Oh, here we go. I think the tide's on the turn or just starting to pull. Yeah, but it's, it's coming into the evening now, so I've changed out my bait to squid. Instant instant action when I cast out that just pickers. Same old. But yeah, they sort of picked a bit, not enough to strip it, so they stopped. Hopefully there is something big cruising out there. It's just gone quiet. Normally when it goes quiet, there's something that's scared that pickers off, you know. But it could be a big ray just out there smashing them. Oh, and another thing, I didn't get it on video because I was on a phone call at the time, so I'm recording. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm recording primarily off my phone now, guys, so my action camera's batteries are spent, so well, it's good it's not a ray, it's something that bites. Hopefully it's that big moocher, and hopefully he comes back for another crack at it. Might have just brought you on at the right time. Let's hope, fingers crossed. Is that big moocher? If I get him out this side, I've got a good chance of landing him. I've still got to get him. There's a bit of foul right in front of me and close that he can rub me off on. But I think I'll have the angle on him at that close, and I can tighten up. By the time I get him to there, he's going to be tired anyway, so I'm only on 30-pound line, so yeah, well, it's enough. It's enough to deal with a 20-pound snapper easy. Yeah, he's still there. This is him. This is him. This is it. This might be a hookup. I think it's gone slack. No, it's not there yet. Damn it. Oh, might have just ruined it. No, it's still checking it out. But it's definitely, it's not a picker, it's something reasonable sizable. It's enough to pull string on the boat runner. It ain't a race, so that's good. Let's hope it's a target species. Panty snap would be nice, like 30 plus centimetre snapper would be lovely. Or a gurnard. I think the water's too warm at the moment for gurnard. I think they're staying deep. That's why we're not hitting the gurnard this year. The water's super warm. The weather's absolute crap, but the water's super warm. Yeah. It's got a mix of both. Like super cold weather for this time of year, but super warm water. Yes, come on, pull that string proper. There's the dinner bell ringing. I didn't do too much of a wrap on squid this time, and there was a few folds on the squid, so I didn't super wrap it in cotton. I made it look a bit more natural. But let's hope we've still got bait and haven't lost it in those few attacks. No, yep. Oh no, that might have been just the wind there. Big gust just come up. Oh, is that wind or is that fish? I think it might be just wind. It's coming straight out of the bay. Southeasterly. You don't need a bait runner, guys. Like you can just loosen off your drag on a normal fishing reel and fish for big snaps that way. Just use the beat hook. Just same deal. Just give it 3 seconds, then, or maybe just give it 2 seconds, and then tighten your drag up because it'll take you a second to wind it back up. Tighten it up as much as you think. Give it a strike, and then add drag as you need. They are handy. It just saves you that time winding the drag up, especially if you've got something peeling out. You've got to allow that time gap that it's going to take you to wind your drag back up. It's the only difference. I normally only fish my big setup just because it's easier in foul stuff, and you know, and especially when there's lots of big rays around, it's easier to have that and not lose my gear. Being able to deal with them, keep them out of the foul. But yeah, the only reason I lost my gear at the start of the trip was that stupid bloody ring, and I didn't realise it was on the underside, couldn't see it. So always do the field test, check your eyelets. It only takes you a couple of seconds as you set up and make sure your guides are all good. Because it was broken out underneath, that was like the way I was trying to get those snags off and out of the foul. It was just, yeah, that was putting that sharp edge was just enough to ping off my braid. But I'm glad I checked my guides. So yeah, learning curve. But me repair on it, me duct tape and super glue, yeah, it's holding up awesome. It's nice. It's still nice and smooth. I've checked it every time I've come out fishing. It hasn't changed. It's nice. It's just like, yeah, it's good. You wouldn't even know. So yeah, that worked for a on-site quick fix. Super glue and duct tape. Who would have thought? But yeah. Obviously I don't have a guide to replace it, or the gear to replace the guide with me. I'm off grid, completely off grid. There is a populated bay over there, but I'm camping off grid, just in a Department of Conservation campsite. The only thing that's there is a toilet, a long drop, and that's it. But I've always got duct tape and super glue with me in my truck. And yeah, it was enough to fix this, thankfully. I'd already done a drive to replace the line, and I wasn't going to do another one to go and get the guide fixed. Does anyone love sandpies? Man, I hate those things. I'm going to fish the rod higher, and this wind coming out of the valley, it's getting me on the end of the wharf here. No, can't fish the bait runner, not this one. Tighten it up. No. Yeah, that's as low as I can have it. It's sort of about half drag on the bait runner. It's not ideal. Wind is sort of coming straight out of the bay there, so it's not going to really let me use the bait runner to its potential. Southeasterly, so fully side on. Even though it's super thin braid, it's still enough to catch wind. So it's a 6-strand braid. My 50 pound is an 8-strand, and obviously the more strands, the thinner it can be. So that's the difference, because I didn't know what it meant, so I might as well tell you guys what it means, what the PE8 and your PE4, because I know it's confusing for a lot of people, like, because braid is reasonably new invention. So yeah, I'll school you up on that. So your PE rating is your like, it's just the amount of strands that it's made out of, and the more strands that it's made out of, the higher breaking strain it can have, with it being thinner. Like, think of it as having a bunch of sticks in your hand. You can have one 20mm stick and you can break it easy, but if you have 4 or 5mm sticks, trying to break them all together, they're still only 20mm, but there's 4 of them at once. That's the same idea, and that's how braid works. So obviously the higher the PE rating of the braid, P8, that's going to be a thinner braid with the same breaking resistance as a PE4. So they're both 50 pound, but the PE8 will be a thinner braid because it's a lot more strands, but the same breaking strain. And that thinner line will allow you to cast further. So that's the way braid works. Just a quick school you up on that. I generally use PE8, but 30 pound I go to PE6 just because. Also, the less strands you have, the more abrasion resistance it has. So because I primarily use that at rivermouth for kahawai fishing, I like the PE6 over a PE8. PE8s are super thin, but they don't have the abrasion resistance of a PE4. A PE4 braid, that's 4 strands, right? The same breaking strain, it's going to be a lot thicker, so you're not going to get the casting distance, but it's also a lot more abrasion resistant, like, for around reefy stuff and that. Yeah, so there's just different lines for different. Yeah, just match your line for your topography. Really, ideally here, because there's lots of big rays and there's a lot of foul. A PE4 would probably be better than the PE8 I bought, but I just like that. I like that distance in the cast, and yeah, I don't like fishing in the foul anyway. I don't like losing gear. I don't. So yeah, if you're gonna fish foul stuff, well, just go mono anyway. Jesus! Fuck the wind! Fuck that! Alright. Fucking hell! Alright, packing it up, guys. That's the end of this one. Thank you for watching, and yeah, obviously I can't break any more gear. I'm running out of money, you know. Doing my head in. I haven't caught any fish, or not. I've caught one keepable fish this whole trip, and I'm just bleeding money at the moment. And like, subscribe. Cheers for watching. This is fishing, and this is real fishing, you know. Be prepared for this shit. But anyway, I'm gonna pack it up. This wind, that's crazy shit. When it's gusty enough to blow your stand over and you almost lose your rod in the drink, yeah, it's time to call it a night. Stay tuned. I've still got one more night. Tomorrow's my last day. Last night. I've got a full day of fishing. We're hoping for fine weather. Yeah, so stay tuned for that one. That'll be the last one of this episode. But cheers for watching. Smash that like. That'll help. Share it with your friends. Yeah, there's not really, well, the big race, that's some excitement. There is some exciting stuff on this trip. It has been a very frustrating trip though, but there's a lot of learning in there for everyone to learn stuff anyway. So just share it around and hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys. The old mate here. These things are so cool. Here it comes. Hey bro, he's a big unit, that one. I don't want him on my line. He'd be, well, he'd be fish at 50 kilo easy. He'd weigh as much as I do, almost. I'm only a lightweight. I'm only about 60, but he'd be almost pushing my weight. Yeah. Cool though. He's been here for the last 10 minutes. Anyway, we'll just leave you with that, guys. I thought that would be something fun to add to the end of it. They're quite cool. I do like rays. I just don't like catching them.